initially, like to start up, can you just tell about your journey initially? Like, how was it being a student? And then maybe we can go to the documentation and everything.
Sure. I came here like 2019, just before the pandemic, like COVID, and well, it was challenging. I finished Farm Day from India, from Chennai. Then I just straight away, without any experience, just crashed, took the flight tickets, and came to Ireland. And I did pursue masters in pharmaceutical QA and biotechnology from Technological University Dublin. It was DIT before, now it's TUD, I guess. Well, for me, it was quite hard because for me, my admissions and the number of students at that time was only 30. So it was quite hard to get the admission. Also, I waited like for 2 months, but I'm not sure that's the case with any of the other universities. Well, I think it depends with the universities and colleges, and also with the courses, and also the time have changed. So they were enrolling more students, I guess, in now. And then it was nothing for 2 years because of the pandemic, like everywhere, it's the same. Then I and my ambition was to get into a clinical research, even though I studied pharmacy, because I was not well prepared to get done and study through the all pharmaceutical. There's a pharmacy registered exam, so I wasn't well prepared for that. So I want to get into a pharmaceutical or in another para pharmaceutical field. So I want to get into clinical research. I started off as what I can say. Well, during your period of course or education, you only have 20 hours, which are legally to you're allowed to work. So I was working in a garage, like a petrol pump, I would say, and I continued there. Then I changed to pharmaceutical manufacturing company, where I'll be working as operators. So I think that's something that everyone who are looking forward to come here as a pharmacy background or pharmaceutical background, it's a very good one. Like, it's a stepping stone. You can start as an operator, and because Ireland is a powerhouse of pharmaceutical companies. There are many. There are a lot. No other country have this much of companies, because and so what you can do is you can start as a operator in a pharmaceutical manufacturing company if you don't have any experience. So that makes a difference. I do suggest, because everyone knows with the time and everything, and because of more people are traveling or more people are started to come abroad, if you have 1 year of experience somewhere around, it's very good for you. Otherwise, you can start slowly, like me. Like, I struggle almost 3 years, I would say, and I get into my job. Then so yeah, that's the journey. So for anyone who is looking forward to come here, like, what I have to say is that even if you don't have any experience, also, if you're still trying, because you would do really have 3 years of your time to get a job, to find a job here, you'll get it for sure. That's I can guarantee. And if you have experience, this journey will make it easier. So that's the only thing. And about Ireland, well, Ireland is the only English speaking European country, and which makes a huge difference. And also, well, it's a corner of the world, I know that, but still, it's a very the people are very hospitable, people are very friendly, and you can communicate. It's just English country, so you don't feel much difference, like, and people are very hospitable, I would say. And what about the other things? The climate, if you ask me, well, it's very unpredictable. It's not like really hard, very extreme climate what Canada is having. Like, you don't get huge blocks of ice during winters. Well, there are places remotely, the but if you are someone who are in Dublin, like, it's quite easy that you can manage the cold. But it's cold all through the year, and it's very unpredictable weather. But you will love it, I think. And well, if you ask me, I really enjoyed my journey. I did what I have to do, and I really like the place. And there are there have many changes for all these 2 years, if you ask me, regarding the admissions and regarding the visa status, regarding the stamps or whatever, because the time have changed. It's been only 6 years here now. So yeah, so that's all pretty much about it. And do you want to know anything particular, Amy?
So no, nothing major to the
That
journey.
makes that's make more easier for me to
Yeah,
answer, you know, because
like when it comes for the documentation and anything, like initially to start with, one
of
second,
course.
I'll just like if you have students have any doubts or anything, maybe you can put it down in the comment box so that by the end of the session we'll be able to answer your doubts. So you're free to comment down. Once the session is about to complete, we'll answer it separately.
Yes,
So
definitely. Yeah. Yeah. So if anyone have any particular question about Ireland, and I think pretty much before coming to Ireland, all the pre-departure documents, and I think that Amy and Sandosa will be more responsible, and they are more like, you know, they are more equipped with that to answer for you. But I can definitely share my journey regarding the documents. But after coming to Ireland, I can definitely share what is really important. Well, here and resident in Ireland, what I have to say is there are two main cards. I think it's the GNIB and PPS that everyone has to go through during their first immediate arrival to Ireland. And yes, and if you ask me regarding the accommodation, there was a time which was really tight, but I think it have changed now, because the society or the government have more facilities to accommodate all these students now. So I think it's not that a really difficult time. It was a time now. It was a time then, but now it's okay. And what else, Amy? If you
um,
particularly ask me, yeah.
insurance, like what is the major role of
Yeah, yeah.
insurance when it comes
Yeah,
to
yeah. So I think as a pre-departure document, you will be paying for the insurance, and you will be getting the insurance, I think, and it is valid for 1 year. I think it is valid for till the end of your course, and you can use it in any of the not with the pharmacy. Like if you go buy medicine, you can't reimburse with using the insurance, but if you have gone through any emergency situation or a casualty here, you can use this. So, which is really good. For example, you had something all of a sudden, and you really rushed into a hospital, and you can reimburse the amount, or you can use this insurance there. So that is like that is really important, because I suggest that everyone have to get a GP. That's what here called, because the system over here is very much different. It's not here like most of the, apart from India or many of the Western countries, the system of the medical system is much different. It's not like in India you just go to a hospital and you can do whatever you can't do it. You have to get an appointment, and on top of that, I really suggest, if you are a resident here, if you want to stay here, like, you know, if you decided to, it's better. And if you already have some underlying health conditions, like, you know, you're someone who will have to go to hospital check and everything, it's better to get a GP, and you have to pay around like 50 euros for that. And that will help a lot, and also you can use this insurance. Other people who are like very those are not really looking forward, it's okay, you can just leave without the GP thing, and you can just continue with your insurance for the first 1 year. But after that, you will get an insurance through your company. I think it's 90% of the companies are giving insurance here, like health insurance or life insurance. So it's really important, and you can use it, especially in the emergency and casualty departments here. And yeah.
okay. So any like documents normally the students use to carry their academic documents, everything. Like apart from that, what would be your suggestion, like mandatory documents which they would have to carry?
If you ask me, like, you know, I would suggest to carry everything, whatever you have starting from the birth certificate to everything you have as your own, you have to carry here. Because most of us, I believe 99% of the students are coming here to get a living. For sure, we have to come here, we have to go through the studies student era, and you have to get a job. But I tell you, this is not a country like India where we have to go with all the bunch of documents. Like for example, even your but it's very important to carry everything, because why not? And well, health insurance is very much important. And during the arrival in the airport, they might ask you about your offer letter from the college, and all those educational documents are
Related
really
to
important.
fees,
Yeah.
payments, and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, that is really important, because they have to give you a stamp on basis of that you are a student, you are gonna come here and stay here for 1 year or whatever. So you have to get all your documents with you, and which is really important. And I think basically everything that you have to carry, whatever you have from
Your
India, I think it's
experience
really
letters,
important.
and like if they
Definitely,
have experience,
definitely.
yes.
More than the experience letter, I would say here it's a reference call or email. So if you are someone from like if you have 1 year of experience after your bachelor's and you're coming here for masters, you have that experience letter with you for sure. But here what I see, it's a usual practice, they might give an email or a call to their previous employer. So you make it very, you just make it, you just give a word to them saying that, like, you might be get in called or somewhere in the down the lane for my employment purpose. So that is really important. And I really suggest people or the students who are looking forward, like if you have even 3 months of time, just use this time for upskilling, or you can, if you can get some experience basis of the computer, like just the normal workflow of a company, because it will really add up your to your CV. Because when you apply for a job here, you will be just a student rather than like what they are looking for, because you just have a bachelor's degree, then you have a master's degree, then you will fall under the freshers. So regarding the time over now, I think that it's better that if you can get something, like even if a 3 months of present the internship would be enough. So which is really good. And pharmaceutical students and IT students, I really see that they end up in a very good job, like really looking whatever they really want, because there are many IT and pharmaceutical companies over here. And also that the people coming as MBA graduates, they're also landing in logistics, which is something that we don't have in India, but here there is a firm called logistics. So they end up in a logistics company, which are really good actually. They will have to facilitate all the shipments, and they work for the big companies like Pepsi and Coca-Cola,
Okay. So another one major question: part-time jobs.
part-time jobs. Okay.
Yeah.
So well, I have to admit the fact that the time have changed. Of course, it was not the same thing when I joined here. It was like there's nothing here. It's only after COVID, not just in Ireland, like worldwide, the people started roaming, and everyone going abroad for studies, and the population have gone high. I have to admit the fact. Well, we all have to admit it. But people are living here, people are coming, still all these constraints are here also, people are coming, there is nothing reducing the fact that people are coming, and people are getting into jobs. And the main thing I have to say is that if you are in Dublin, like if your college is somewhere in the capital of Ireland, which is Dublin, or in the mega cities or metro cities like Cork, Galway, you are likely to get a job definitely down the lane when you are in search for sure. I have seen that few colleges are being away out of the city center. Those people struggle a bit for sure, but they will end up something. And during your education, you might end up your part-time time anywhere. So if you're ready to work like anywhere, then you are in. That's what I'm saying. Like if you are coming here, you really want to work in a particular way. If you're looking for a desktop, you don't have any experience, and you have to get a part-time job somewhere in an office, that might be difficult. But if you are here, and if you have the thought to work anywhere, like, if you're willing to work anywhere, definitely you have a work for you. And but the thing is that the journey might differ person to person. um like, increase your network, talk to people, be in that all student community, all the regional community, if it's Kerala, Tamil Nadu, wherever, like, you know what I mean. Get into the group, talk to people as much you can, like, increase your network. That's only gonna help you push that hurdle. And the another thing is that there are platforms like Indeed, Irish Jobs, and LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn is more professional, like, into full-time job. But if you're looking for a part-time, I really suggest to get an account, like a very good CV and a very good. And that's another thing also, if you're looking for a part-time, you don't make your CV like you have experience 5 years in IT and you're looking for a part-time. No, you have to cut short your CV. And if you're looking for a full-time job, you have to elaborate CV as well. So get a good account, like, make draft a good account for your Indeed and Irish Jobs. And yeah, so that's really important. I think there's a question, Amy, someone, Jidin.
If we are experienced for near to 4 years in an IT MNC, are we able to secure an IT related part-time job?
Yeah, I think yes, because I do have my roommates and my colleagues, like, who have just finished around 2 to 4 years of experience they have, and they came to Ireland. And I think that it's only with IT professionals, especially, I have seen that they have secured to get a part-time job during their study, because some IT streams, for example, coding and this cyber security, I guess, these are very narrow streams and they are getting part-time jobs, and I have seen that thing going, and so again, yeah, that's the thing. So to get a part-time job, you have to know where you have to look. Like, people might just need a job just immediately after coming here. If you're a 4 years of experience and looking for a job, you can draft your thing and you know where to look. And also there are few graduate programs that will be opening during the time of the summer. If you're very lucky, you can get that, and it's not a big deal. Again, these things vary person to person. Like, it won't be the same journey what I'm sharing with the other person. I have seen many people who just came here, they get a very part-time job immediately, just before completing their course itself, going to a full-time STEM 1G graduation state, they get into a very good job, full-time job. Like, there are people like that, and there are people who are just pushing, they're having a hard time also, but they're making by the end of their visa. So it's all depends on, like, it's very unpredictable, but it's everyone are making somehow. Like, if you have the willingness to stay here, everyone are making their own living. And it is different, and it is very much different. You can't compare the life with India. Even if you struggle here also, you're making a living, which is that India can't guarantee, that I can show. And yeah, there are chances that if you are a individual with 4 years of experience, I would say there are 50% chance that you can get a part-time for sure. And you have to know where you have to search. Yes.
Okay. And one more thing is, like, initially once they come in, I think they need to secure this card and then only they'll be able to join the
Yeah,
part-time,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So just arriving to India, sorry, Ireland, what you have to do is you have to secure these two cards. One is PPS, and it's called the public service card. And yeah, well, maybe I can just Google the full form of PPS. It's the public, yeah, public service card, I think. Um, it's personal public service number. So when you're coming here, the first thing you have to get is two things. One is PPS and GNIB. GNIB is used that you are a resident in Ireland, in whatever stam you are in. And personal public service number, PPSN number, is used for your all your public services. For example, if you have a JNIB card and you don't have a PPS number, and then you are not able to collect your salary in your bank account, and you can't you won't be entitled to tax and everything. So PPS is really important. It will also use to get your insurance done, and also to collect your medical rewards by the end of the year if you have enough points, so which is really important. So these are the two things, both can be applied online. And I think you need a letter from your college, and it and your accommodation, like the address proof is also important for both of these. So I think it will take around 1 to 3 months, like the earliest is 1 month, and the maximum can go like 3 months to get both this done. And if both, if only with both of the cards you can work. Without PPS card you can't start working, and if without the GNIB also you can't work here. It is the card that it's showing that you are the resident in Ireland and you are entitled for all the public services here.
Okay, so in the meantime, for those 2 months, the student has to be prepared for their expenditures over.
Exactly. Exactly. So I came here. I have no idea what it's gonna be like. So I you can come with some cash. You can change it, or otherwise you can use the international debit card. I think it's available from anywhere. From State Bank also they're giving,
Yeah,
Canara Bank,
forex cards
anywhere.
are also there.
Forest card is also there. I think it just depends on your you can talk to your bank and you can get international debit card which can be used anywhere all over the world. It will cost you some charge, but it is okay, because even if you collect, because it's just for that period of time, like like for maybe 1 to 2 months, you have to adjust with that. You can just get everything done, or else you can carry cash, like you can change, you can convert those money from India, you can get it by yourself. Or else you can help like by exchange. If you have a good circle here, someone here, you can exchange the money. That's not a problem. Well, not in a legal way, but still, you know what I mean. So so yeah, so you have to be prepared with some amount in your in your with yourself, so that you can sustain for those 3 months at least. 3 months is the 3 months is the longest that I'm saying, but it can, if you are all good, you can get a job in 2 months, I would say. But otherwise you have to be get ready to survive for these 3 months with your accommodation. And yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and
that's also again.
I would like to just add that there are so many forex cards.
Yeah.
Um, Thomas Cook and all, you guys know, you would have already. So maybe you can load it with 2,000 euros or something like that, and then go. So for your initial expenses, all that will be good. Yeah, and no, I was just listening. Samyukta was talking, many things about being ready, being prepared. So I would also like to add, in case because I had some problem, my system suddenly got started updating itself. So,
Okay.
so that was a problem. Technology itself becoming a problem. So I hope all of you have your LinkedIn profile updated. So that is also very important. So many of the jobs and even part-time jobs everywhere. So your LinkedIn profile, some of you who are already experienced, so all that should be there on your LinkedIn profile. Everything should be updated. And even for part-time jobs or any other jobs. So networking with people is very, very important.
So
So
just want to add Indeed as well, because now the trend have changed a bit here. I see that many jobs have been like posted in Indeed.com, and people are getting more jobs from Indeed.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and use all these platforms,
all this platform, of course. Yeah.
Indeed and LinkedIn, and network with people. So connect with people, your friends, your relatives, then others, and through that, sometimes you get some opening for a part-time job. Someone was asking about technical jobs who are in the IT field. So I know of an experienced student who went there, and then through some connection, that particular student got a job as a website tester. Okay, she was able to do that from a home, sitting from their home part time, and that was also more rewarding than the normal part time jobs, which give you around 12 euros. So here the person was getting around 15 euros. Yeah, so that is also possible, looking at various options.
Is there a few questions also related to part-time jobs? Would you like me to read it out?
Is any maybe
It's
some of the important things consolidated? You can say maybe then Samikta will be able to answer that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, can I get a part-time job in pharmaceutical company if I have 1 year experience in pharmaceutical field? I'm basically a BSc chemistry graduate.
okay. So the part-time jobs in pharmaceutical field is it's the only role, I guess, is the operator roles in pharmaceutical manufacturing companies, and there are part-time openings. And if you can, like, include, if it's okay with your schedule, you can get it. And the companies like Baxter, and Jabil and West Pharmaceuticals, these are the companies who open like these part-time jobs for operator jobs. So the position will be manufacturing technician or manufacturing operator. This will be the title, and you can apply for it. And for that, like, you just have to be eligible to work Ireland like 20 hours. Or and this next thing is, if you are a pharmaceutical or chemistry graduate, it's very good. And there are, if you get into those companies, and if you're a chemistry graduate, it's very good, because you have a chance to like grow inside the internally itself, because there are many other roles. For example, quality analyst, it's a very strong role that many people, especially after chemistry graduation and pharmaceutical bachelor's, they are going into a role. So it's called the quality analyst roles. And a company needs, a pharmaceutical manufacturing company needs many quality analysts, so it's a very good opportunity.
Actually, the major questions are about part-time jobs only, and
Part-time
they are
jobs.
mentioning their own field and asking about the job options for part-time. So I think earlier when Samyukta started, she said that it's not mandatory that you get a job related to your field. It
Yeah,
might
yeah.
be differing also. So both 50-50 chances are there. So it totally depends. And also, as she said, you need to build up the connections and everything. That
Connections, yeah, yeah. So I think that I do see, think that in recent students, like, they really want what they're looking for. And it's good actually. It's because they are very determined and focused. They really want what they want. But like, if you like, there is nothing to lose. Like, you can just come out of the box and work for whatever job it is. You get pay, and also you get to meet many people, and you don't know where these opportunities are coming from. So don't be shy, don't get frightened. Oh, this is not what I want, and this is not something that I'm not looking for. But like, if you have the time and if you're looking for the money, just go for it. And from there you can change, and there are options to change multiple jobs. Like, for example, for the past I've done like 8 jobs, like, until I land my professional jobs, like, so it's good. Like, you have that connection, you meet, you don't know whoever is you're gonna meet during that period of time. And that going to only keep you improve by, like, what I can say, your language, your gestures, and how to be mingling with, because you see many people here. It's a multi-racial community, because it's really good. It is only going to be grow you. So just go for it. And I'm 100% sure, if you're determined, if you know what you're looking for, you will end up there for sure. Yeah.
Okay, there is one question from a student. If my employer in India retains me as a contract employee for part-time, is it legal to be working from Ireland for that, or is there any other complications?
Okay. So I have heard this job opportunity, like, people are working from India, and it's okay if the company offering from India is okay to pay you, because I guess legally I'm not pretty sure about it, but with the company laws and everything, I'm not pretty sure about it. But what I have heard is that the company from India is paying you in your bank account in India, like, and you have to somehow make that money flows to Ireland. That's the only struggle that you have. But it is possible. I'm not saying it is legal, but it is possible.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
and one more thing, like we didn't speak about the accommodation. Like, what would be the like basic accommodation cost or anything? Like if it's in Dublin or maybe interior.
If it's in Dublin city center, I would say the lowest that you have to pay is 500 euros per month. And if you're lucky, you can get a, like, good place, and it depends, like, if so. Well, when I'm here, when I just started, I was staying in a 2 BHK house with 8 people, so my rent was only 250 euros. So if you want to save money, and if you, or it depends that, so if you can pay like 600 euros, you can get a private room and a washroom, maybe like an ensuite room. But if you want to save up there, you have to, like, you will end up with many people around you, so that's the case. But the minimum prices like 500 euros that you have to pay for a stay or for a bed. And I know that that's quite expensive at the moment, because it's after the covid is have gone very much high. But again, like, you come here, you pay for this 500 euro, you get a place. And if it's not working with you with the price or whatever, you always have the option to change. You can just gather your friends, or you can go to some other places, you can share a bed, you can just reduce the amount. Or if you think that you're paying 500 but it's very long from your work or college, then you can just you can work this around. There's all freedom with you to work this around. So yeah.
Okay, and like at last, maybe we'll give you some more time for asking your questions. I think like Samyukta, if you have any other like details to be shared, you can, or we can hand it over to Santosh sir actually.
Sure, sure. I think that I'll be happy to answer if there is anything coming up in the meantime. I think Sandosh, I can continue now.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
there is maybe in continuation, there is one question here. If you are experienced for near to 4 years in an IT MNC, are we able to secure an IT related part-time job? This is a question from one of the participants. So the thing is that, so the Jiten has asked this question. So Jiten, um, see, there are companies who are wanting to employ experienced people. And for example, if they are able to hire a good hand part-time, then they are able to save money as well. Because for a full-time employee, they need to pay much more if the part-time employer can contribute. So the problem is that, your profile and your availability should be known to the person who has this job. So this matchmaking has to take place. So that's why we talk about networking and making yourself available on Indeed and LinkedIn and things like that. So once you are able to connect to the right person, definitely they'll be happy to take you, and you will also be able to get some money as part-time jobs. And also, since we were discussing about part-time jobs, just one caution I would like to mention. See, as soon as you go from India and reach there, and you start getting these 12 euros, and then it becomes 50, you get, you have some money with you, 50 euros and 100 euros, and you start you start calculating it mentally. Okay, oh, 100 euros, and so okay, yeah, so how much is it? 9,000 rupees. And so you start you start uh, getting an affinity towards part-time job, and then you spend more time, you go ahead to make money, so, and neglect your studies. So some students have suffered because of this. They go focus on part-time jobs and neglect their studies, and by the time they complete, they are not equipped to get a job in the field they aspire for. Okay, so there should be a healthy balance. So yes, there are 20 hours. You can, and judiciously, you need to, without affecting your regular studies, you should be able to plan it and do it. Yeah, there are a few things which I can quickly run through a slide. Uh, First of all, congratulations to all of you who have secured admission in some of the good schools and good colleges and universities in Ireland. So recently I went to Ireland. I visited almost all the universities there. I went to the Trinity College Dublin and University College Dublin, Dublin City University, University of Galway, University of Limerick, And almost every place I went and interacted with students, interacted with faculty members, and I see that it's really bright. There are a lot of opportunities are there. Some of these institutions offer the best possible education. And so if you also align, yourself, prepare yourself, definitely after a year, there is going to be a bright future for you. And so congratulations and best wishes. So let me just share. I hope my slide is visible.
Yes, sir. Your side.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I want to say, that Ireland is a hub of opportunities. I hope the slides are visible, right? It's changing as well.
Yeah, yeah, yes, your slides are visible.
Yeah. So yes. So it's a home to 1,000+ MNCs and ranked the second most competitive economy in Europe. Yes. And a lot of companies there, the finance companies, IT companies in Ireland, large number of pharma companies and charities thriving there. And so it's a hub for technology and finance, with all the Meta, Google, Apple, Microsoft, etc. there. And also it's a hub for pharma related, almost all the pharma companies are there. They have their manufacturing units there, pharmaceutical and healthcare. And so all the major institutions offer these top courses in pharma as well. Some of you would have taken these courses, and sure, you're going to have a bright future. So I was just mentioning about my recent trip. So I went to almost all these institutions, met and interacted with students and faculty members, talked to the graduates. Some of them, there were specifically 3 students with whom I interacted, who went from Ireland, through a dock to Ireland, and all those 3. So they got their jobs. Then now they're on their route to PR. Okay, one is Jeremiah. So he, from the student, he moved to 1G, stamp 1G. Then he got a critical skills job, and after getting critical skills job, he's moving to the PR. Then another student who studied in Griffith, Samson, with whom also I met and interacted. So he got a job. So Samikta was mentioning about logistics. So he studied logistics, and after that, he was basically an aeronautical engineer. So he got a job in the Shannon Airport, and then he also is moving to the PR. So I interacted with some of the professors, and they also mentioned about the unique opportunities that our students have there. Okay. So you have already chosen, and the attractions there in Ireland. So I will just mention this alone. So now you will be going there on stamp 2 as a student visa. So this is a pathway to your PR. So you're on stamp 2, and after graduation, you have you can move to stamp 1G. There is one student who went from here in 2014 January. This particular student. So from stamp 2, without moving to stamp 1G, she directly moved to stamp 1. This particular student to stamp 1 because by the time she finished the course, she got a good job in critical skill visa, and she was able to move directly to stamp 1. And all the students whom I mentioned, so once they move to stamp 1, they can bring, some of them got married, so they brought their spouse also with them. So these are the great advantages that you have when you move to Ireland. So if you're getting the CSCP or critical skills employment permit, so that's a faster path. And after 21 months, you can apply for PR. Okay. So if you're getting a general employment permit, then after 5 years, you can apply for PR. And after 5 years or after 21 months, then you can move to the PR, which is stamp 4. Okay. So Samyukta mentioned earlier that as soon as you reach Ireland, you need to register with the Irish Naturalization and Immigration Service, that is INIS. So you need to obtain the Irish residence permit. Okay, that is very important. Get the Irish residence permit. So you also need personal public services number or PPS number to work in Ireland, whether it's part-time or otherwise, you need PPS number. And you can, many of these things, you can do it online. You can take a Leap card. There is a card called Leap card, which you can use it for transport. There is a very good public transport in Ireland. So you have trains connecting, trains are there. Then you have buses, trams. So, and so even if you're staying a bit in the outskirts, you have good connectivity to your institution. Okay. Yeah, so we are willing to continue, extend our support even after you reach there. So you can inform your concerned counselor or the branch, and if you need any pickup or any further assistance there, so definitely our team will be able to help you and guide you further. So regarding the documents, already Samyukta has discussed. So of course, I'm sure you will have your passport, visa, flight tickets, travel card, everything. So about the finances, have adequate finances to support yourself. So keep some money in terms of travel card, or otherwise you can keep it with you. I hope you have all confirmed your accommodation. If not, please do that. So there are online platforms also. So insurance policy you have already taken. Yeah, ensure that you have a valid insurance policy. Once the validity is getting over, so you need to renew it as well. Okay. Yes, and for network well with job, well for jobs on Indeed and on LinkedIn, and many of the colleges, they have a career cell, and this career cell or a placement cell, they offer career fairs in the college where they bring the company and company representatives to the college. So they may not take you directly from the campus, but they organize career fairs, and some of them interact with the students. So that's a very good opportunity to connect and network with these people from industries. Many of our students, they get jobs through this. So once they connect, then they connect with them through LinkedIn, and they communicate. And when there is a vacancy which is not published maybe everywhere, so when they feel that you are a suitable person, they will inform you and you can apply. So that's I was just running through, since many of those things were already discussed. So I just ran through this as well. Okay. So anything else you would like to ask? Definitely you're welcome to ask. And Samyukta is also here. So she is currently in Ireland, and so she'll be able to mention some of whatever your anticipated problems, you can ask. Yes. Anything else you want to ask, please?
There is one more question related to transport. Can we know about travel and transportation within Ireland and abroad? Samyukta, your voice is muted.
Yeah. So it's a great question, actually, very interesting. It's travel within Ireland is that, as Sandosa said, that you have this leap card and you can use it to travel inside using the local buses, and in between the counties, that's the states over here are called counties. In between the counties, you can use the other tourist buses like we have in India. So these are the two options, and also there are luas, which is called the small metro, or like it's on the road, and what do you call the, yeah, on the road trains inside the city, so which is really useful. You can use that for your local purpose, and you can also rely upon the trains, which are also, like, you can connect with the other counties as well. And if you ask me regarding abroad, well, just above Ireland is the Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK. You can travel there, that's not a big deal. It's like, for example, Belfast. And well, Europe is, Ireland is under the European Union, but it's not a Schengen country. Like, everyone will misunderstand that, but it's not. So you have to get a visa if you have to travel to UK. You have to get a visa, and it's pretty easy. You can just get a visa from here, but you have to spend like 100 euros. And there are many people, like many students who are with their student visa. They are traveling to UK for their holidays or weekends, and you get that for like 6 months, so which is really handy. You can spend your holidays in the UK if you want to, and the flight tickets are not that much. Even it's very cheap if you really want to travel from here to UK. And if you want to travel to other countries which are Schengen, you have to get a Schengen visa. So during the summer, it's pretty hard to get a Schengen appointment. But other all times, if you really plan accordingly, you will get a Schengen visa for sure. And there are few countries like Croatia, Cyprus. All these are like, you just have to apply for a visa. You don't need a Schengen visa, but you have to do it online. So I tell you, like, if you're someone who are really fond of traveling, you have many options. Well, it's not that very easy that you can just travel around many countries covering, like, if you're, as you are in a Schengen, but you are not, but you have to get visa. But the flight tickets are really cheap. Flight tickets are really cheap. You can travel to any of the Schengen visa with a flight ticket of, like, up and down, maybe 60 euros, maybe 80 euros, which is really, and you also have flight tickets like 20 euros. So it's very cheap for the flight tickets within the European Union, but you have to get visa. Yeah.
Yeah, and also for the leap card and for as Samikta was mentioning, as a student, you have a lot of concessions.
Oh
So
yeah,
you pay
yeah, yeah.
only
It
very,
just, yeah, I think it's just €1, and you can use that within one. For example, you just only it will only cost you €1 for the leap card under a student visa, and within 1 hour. It won't charge anything more, so it's just €1. And if you are taking, for example, two buses or three buses, it's just €1, so which is like really handy. And we do that inside the city, right? We just connect to one buses to one another bus, and if it's even three buses also, it is gonna cost you €1 within an hour. Yeah.
so you just need to tap your leap card at the
Yeah.
start and
Yeah.
then at the end and done. So it's
Yeah.
very cheap, very convenient. Even when I went, so I used some of these leap cards and
Leave
it
cards
was
are
very
really cheap.
convenient. Yeah. And for the long travel also, someone from Dublin, you would like to go to Limerick or Galway, so you have or Waterford. So depending upon where you are, so there are train options, there are bus options,
Best
and
options.
connecting various cities, long distance buses, which you can book online. So all that is there. So
There are few more questions again related to part-time job, and one is related to the opportunities and stay situation in Limerick. So
Yeah, so I think Limerick is also becoming a very, it's also another big city in Ireland, I would say. There are many people, there are many colleges. I think the University of Limerick, and there are many other, I think, people who are looking forward the supply chain management. I think the University of Limerick is applying more courses. And I think it is almost the same as Dublin, but it depends. That's what, if you are looking into a manufacturing company, get into a job, like these companies will be out of the city, but there are many IT companies who are in the Dublin city center. So I have seen this trend that people are moving after their, like, who are in Dublin city, they are moving to Limerick or any other counties, and people are in Cork or in Galway or in Limerick, they are coming to Dublin for their jobs. So you're free to move around according to a job. And regarding the part time, it's the same as I have to say, like, I think it's the, like, if you are a person who is investing yourself, your time, your education, what you really want, I think investing is the time, is the word that I was looking for. If you are a person like that, definitely you're going to end up where you want, and that's I have seen with everyone around here. So you were going to get a part time job, and I'm even in Limerick also. So yeah, I have friends that who are in Donegal, and they are like, it's really remote, and they are also working. They're also having a living over there. So it's not upon where you are. It's upon like how you invest in what you do and what you really want. So I think that makes a difference. And there's another question of 8 years of experience. Can I get a part time job in pharmacy? So regarding the pharmacy, I think you are not like, if you want to work in a pharmacy, then idea is different. You have to come here, you have to get your documentation done, you have to enroll to the pharmacy PCI examination, then only you will be legally allowed to work in a pharmacy. And the pays are really high, more than the nurses. It's really good, but it takes some time and more hard work for that journey. uh, to get a part-time job in pharmacy, there are chances, because I do had friends who are just been working as a pharmacy, not as a pharmacist, not even as a pharmacy technician, but as a helper in a pharmacy. But it's a very good chance. And but with 8 years of experience in pharmacist, or if you have 80 years of experience as in a pharmaceutical company, then definitely you're gonna nail a very good job here.
There is
And
one question regarding the climate there, the
Yeah.
clothing,
What are the clothing
and
we need to get it from India, and would be the weather temperature? What would be the
the
weather
weather is
temperature
yeah,
in
yeah,
India?
okay. So it's very interesting weather over here, like, it's always changing. And now it's summer, but weather today is like 15 degrees with full of rain and thunders and everything. So it's like, it's very unpredictable. Yesterday it was very sunny, it was like 20 degrees. So you always have to get clothing, like, you have to get your, like, at least like more what I can say, like, you have to always get a jacket with you, which is like, if it's rainproof, it is very good, because if you're someone who is traveling in the bus, and you have to get a very good shoes, because you walk a lot, not like in India, because here you walk, everyone walks in the city center, which is very uncommon. Like, we have more vehicles in the city center in Indian space, but here it's different. So and you can have more layers of your cloth, which will give you more warmth if you really don't want a very big jacket. And yeah, and I think, like, if you're coming from India, you can get the first timers, I would say that you can collect how much you want, like, because that's gonna save a lot of money. But yeah, just get whatever you want, collect it from India. For example, your what I can say, the a good jacket, and your um, interns and everything, you can get it from India. But here the climate is very unpredictable, and even the summers also, it's gonna rain, it's gonna drizzle all the time. So it's better to get a hoodie, or like, a waterproof lining jacket is always handy. Even if it's look very sunny also, you're gonna get wet after some time. Yeah.
And one more question, again related to part-time job. Is it
Yes.
possible to get a part-time job in care home? I have 14 years of experience in physiotherapy field is what I guess.
Oh, yeah. I think if you're someone in physiotherapy, I think that you have a great future here because recently only physiotherapy have moved to critical skill, I guess. Before that, it will fall under either not in critical, also not in general, but now they have moved it to critical, and you only have to finish the core, which is a documentation and assessment. Not an assessment, it's a documentation process that you have to complete. So if you are experienced physiotherapy, I think you have a great future here, because that's something that I'm seeing around, that many people are having a good job, because physiotherapy, their opportunity starts from the care homes to hospitals to nursing homes to even clinics. So, and physiotherapy, more than India, there are many physiotherapy clinics, and even the pay is really good. And if you have experience, I would say that you have to just come here and finish off the Koru registration process. It's a time taking process, but it's not a big deal. It's a documentation process, and where you submit all your accommodation, sorry, your academic qualifications and everything. So I think you have a great future if you are a physiotherapy pist in Ireland. And yeah, you can get a part-time job in care homes or nursing homes. And I think working in care homes is also very, it's a increasing opportunity here, because they have changed a new rule which came, that the spouse visa, spouse can bring, like the general people, general applicants are allowed to bring their spouse and they can work. So the care homers are giving general work permit, and there are many people coming from India directly. I've seen that. And also people are joining care home, as care homers, and just making sure their work, if you can't find anything else. But it's again, it's all depends on you. If you're happy over there, then it's not a big deal, because you're gonna get paid good enough. It's not like that, oh that's gonna very less pay. You're gonna get that pay, and after 5 years you're gonna be PR, and you have the leverage or freedom to move around also. Yeah.
Yeah, there are, I think there are a few questions again regarding the clothing, then the equipments to be
Yeah. If you have
taken,
any plans
etc.
to buy electronics, especially laptop, should we purchase
Yeah.
them
So,
over here or Ireland?
yeah.
If you're a first
So I
time
just,
coming to Ireland, I think that you can buy it from India, because the first 3 months are going to be really struggling. Like, you only have your own money if you are not end up buying, getting your job, and you have to sort many things like these cards and everything. So it's going to be a new country, new places, and everything in between. If you're like very courageous to go and buy a laptop, then it's okay. If you ask me, then I'll get everything from India, so that I will be more peace that I have everything. For example, one day you have to get a laptop, and you have something deadline coming to your college, and you don't have a laptop, you have to rush into somewhere. So, and that's going to make it more worse. I think that it's better to get a laptop from India. But if you're looking for a Mac or, like, iOS thing, then it's the prices, I think it's much difference here. Yeah.
so I think the price also, Samyukta, I think there is a significant difference. Uh,
Difference.
Yeah. So now if most of the students they take from here, and also the particular course they specify what kind of laptop they require, because some of the programs require intensive computing, for which they specify the it needs a GPU, or the what is the CPU
Oh,
capacity, things like that. So you can buy it from here and go, because service you can get it anywhere across. And also, so regarding the clothing, um, uh, some of the interesting experiences I can say. See some.
yeah, I think you'll be the best person to answer this, because you just visited. I'm like here all the time, so, like, yeah.
So you need to take, Samita mentioned about a good shoes.
Yeah.
So don't take some shoes which is very fancy from here, and you go there and you walk around, and after some time, all of a sudden the climate will be good, and suddenly it will be raining, and
Yeah.
suddenly there will be a huge there's a wind, and it will be extremely chill, and
It's chilly, yes, yeah.
cold will through your legs. The the shoes is a great protection. It should be a protective shoes. So go to shops like Decathlon, in Decathlon, they have specific shoes which can be used in countries like that, which will protect the snow and water and all that. So which is comfortable as well as protective. So there you also have various of these jackets and other head coverings and things like that, which are really helpful. So please get them. That is very important. Yeah. And also, you can't, so in the rain, suddenly you go there and suddenly it'll be raining. You can't use your umbrella. Don't take an umbrella from here and, okay, you could think that you can protect, because along with the umbrella, sometimes you might also fly away because the wind is sometimes
Yeah, it's too much
very
fun.
strong.
It's
So
very
it is
strong.
always good if you can get a raincoat. So if we can have a raincoat, I don't see many people there use it. But from India, when you go there, if you have a raincoat, then it will protect. So you might be carrying a backpack, and then your laptop may be inside. So if you have a raincoat, that will be really protective if there is a rain that's coming up suddenly.
Yeah, there is one more question. Around how many euros should keep in hand for living expense in the initial phase till securing a job, maybe a part-time job?
I would say at least 2,000 euros, because that's going to give you more peace than, like, because if you're spending like 500 to 600 euros, that's going to keep you yeah, and with all your expenses. So yeah, well, and you have a chance to top up, but it's a minimum that I'm saying. The minimum is 2,000 euros, I think, for now.
And one more question. Does biotechnology student have good scope for working in Ireland, even for part-time?
For part time, so yeah, that's again the same thing. Like, if you are a very fresher, then the chances of getting into a part time, there are still, but still, like, it depends on the person. And but you can work as the in pharmaceutical manufacturing units. There are many pharmaceutical factories, like, and there are operator roles that you can get into it, and then later you can change. You'll get to know where you have to go. So that's how it is. So yeah.
Yeah, so if students they have any more queries, please post it. Do electrical and sustainable engineer students have a good scope in Ireland?
Depending the sustainable energy, I'm not pretty sure about, but yes, I think yeah. So it's all depending on how you end up. If you have an experienced one, then you have a chance, because as Santosh had mentioned, there is hardware testing jobs, quality analyst in hardware, like, hardware, what do you call, like, the companies, you work as a tester, hardware tester. So there are many jobs like that starting up. That's what I can answer for now. But yes, what about psychology? Okay,
And
so yeah,
see,
so you have
sorry, go ahead, Samita.
so yeah, so I think that that's a one good post that I have seen with electronical engineering students who are going through this hardware testing jobs and quality analyst jobs.
Yeah, and also across almost all the electrical engineering students, you would know that across the globe now there is a greater concern for energy conservation and sustainability and things like that. So these are terms which, and also many of the countries invest a lot for this, for sustainability. And so the electrical engineers always have a scope to move in that energy sector, sustainability area, and there are definitely opportunities.
And psychology also is the same thing, that you have to finish off the Koru, and there's an examination also, so that you have to undergo in order to work here as a registered psychologist. And yeah, but many companies here, for example, many of the MNCs, like, as part of their recruiting team, or not the recruiting team, the HR, human resource department have, they will employ psychology students, or the students, not like the candidates, so that, like, for the grief management department, or in a company. So there are chances for psychologists. And what about the social worker with 2 year of experience? Social workers have a great opportunity here, but I'm not pretty sure about that will go under the critical skills, but there are chances definitely for general permit. And if you really work, you are a social worker, and you really work your work, there is no border that you can go under the general visa, because you can bring your spouse and they also allow to work, which is a very good deal. And there is a new visa regulation in Ireland which just came into place, that, like, if you are here just as a, not as a student, but your stamp 1G, your graduation will start, and if it's 5 years, you're allowed to apply for a passport. So that's a very good one, like whoever is here for a very long time. So even if you are get up if even if you are end up getting a general visa also, like 1 year of your student, then you are like 1 year of your stamp 1G, then you are again 3 years into your or 4 years into a general visa, you are eligible to apply for a passport. So which is really good. And what is the next one?
Sorry to interrupt. Like if
Yeah.
students have any doubts, you can unmute yourself also, and you can ask for your clarifications. We have enabled it, so if you have to unmute it, you can unmute and you can ask your questions too.
This is a very good question, actually. Which area is good to get accommodation, Dublin South or North, compared to accessibility and safety wise? Dublin South have direct Luva service, which is the super fast on road trains, which are really handy. But North is like, you have more buses. So South doesn't have much buses, but you have all the time Luvas, like all every time. And North side, you have more buses. So it's transportation, it's going to be more, it's almost the same in case of accessibility. Safety wise, if you ask me, it's not going to be that bad, but South is a bit more expensive. If you ask me, it's like the posh area, but many students have started living in the South side also. And yeah, so it depends on where you are. If you are really into a local area, so it's the same thing. Even if you're in India, if you live in your residential, it's not a problem. But if you really go into the local side, or into there where the locals are really residing, we don't go there usually, right? If you are in the problem, then it will get a problem. But it's the same in everywhere all over the world, I guess. Otherwise, I think Ireland stands one of the top safety, in terms of safety. It stands one in the top. So yeah, well, it's safer than India for sure. And yes, uh, there are many questions actually.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Uh, I'm Abella Viju.
Okay,
I
hi,
have a
how are you?
question. I've just completed my BSc nursing in India,
Okay.
and I've heard about TUS,
Okay.
which is offering a 1 year master's program for nurses.
Okay.
So I was wondering, what are the scopes after this program, and how is it like for a nurse without experience to come to Ireland and study this course, and how is it afterwards? Like, can you guide me?
I think that even if you finish off your masters, also you have to undergo your examinations. Well, I'm not pretty much sure about Amy. If you can answer this question, I think then that will.
I think so my understanding is that so many of the students from India. So earlier the route to go to Ireland was they after their nursing here in India they write OET, and they then they go or IELTS, and then they are called after some time. But now that route is not that much active now, so they are not taking that way. So this is a kind of a best option now, so that you can go for a 1 year master's. And TUS is a very good institution, so they have a lot of health related programs there. So you take your 1 year master's, and after your 1 year master's, so you definitely have you don't have to write OET or anything like that. So because you study there your 1 year masters, and then for you might even have some practice sessions, and you will be working in some of the nursing homes and some of the hospitals, and along with that you will surely because there is a lot of demand and requirement. You'll surely be able to get a job.
Okay, so which is really good actually. So you don't have to wait after nursing, like, because if you're coming from India after your masters in bachelor's in nursing, you have to work 2 years. Then only you will be allowed to write for this OET. Then you're allowed to come outside. I think if you want to surpass that 2 years, you can come and join this masters. Then I think then it's a very great opportunity.
Yes. Thank you for your clearing.
Thank you so much, Shabila. All the very best. And they have asked one more. Is it difficult to find accommodation in Sligo? It is going to be a bit different if you ask me, comparing Dublin, but it's going to be really cheap for sure because Dublin is really expensive. It's expensive if you compare other counties. And yes, and design innovation. I'm really sorry. I have no idea what is it about. If it's relating anything like civil, like architecture, then there is something on it because there is a lot of opportunity in civil engineering architecture that I have seen around. Because it's also again
Also, when
like
it comes to quality
yeah.
department wise, also, no, you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. If it's something related to civil and architecture, like as it's said design, then as there's a more like in India, there are a lot of civil engineering and architecture, but here I've seen that it's a bit narrowed down, so there are opportunities I've seen around. And how is the scope to acquire a job for a mechanical engineer with 3 year experience quality department? How is the condition manufacturing sector there? I think it's good. I think it's good because I don't think that someone with a 3 year of experience coming here and going back without any job, I don't think so. They're gonna get what they really want for because you have enough time. So that's what I have to emphasize again. Like after your student time, you have literally 2 years of time. So it depends on how you use it, how you frame it, like how you balance. As Santosh sir mentioned, you have to balance those times. Like if you really just want money, you just end up doing more work, but if you're really looking for your career and looking forward to land somewhere like that, then you have a healthy balance between that. And I'm pretty sure that like if someone with a 3 year of experience in quality, definitely you will be ending in a very good job, definitely under the clinical here.
Yeah, I couldn't find any more questions. One is that again, what about on-campus accommodation and off-campus accommodation? Which one is good in term of price?
I think in terms of price, of course, that the off campus is good because because the service, because we have to occupy ourselves, right? The in campus accommodation, you'll get the closed environment. You have everything maybe there, maybe a gym, cafe, and like everything is like entitled, and you'll have more safety and everything, but it's expensive. It's like anywhere, like even in India also, you just get for the college accommodation, it's more expensive. But if you come outside and stay with the other people or your friends, then it's less expensive, right? So it's the same as that. Yeah.
So is there any more questions? Please put it down or you can unmute yourself or we are going to wind up the session actually.
Actually, there are pretty much people, and I really wish everyone all the best. And yeah, and Ireland is a very good place. I don't really think that whoever is really looking forward a career and who are really looking forward to get a living over here, I think that this is one of the best place. So yeah, I wish everyone all the best. And thank you so much, Amy, and
Yeah,
thank you so much, Sandosh sir, for
I think
this
sir has
opportunity.
some network issues again. And
All
Yeah,
right.
one more thing, like
yeah,
students who are
I
uh,
have joined from my mobile phone, I think. So
Okay.
there was some problem. And so maybe Sijar, if you can permit me to turn on my video from my mobile phone, then I
Ah.
can.
and so maybe like for the students who have missed out for the September 25 intake, currently January intake is also open. So like if they are looking out for even September intake, we have few options left out for certain colleges and universities. So depending upon the profile, we will be able to suggest you. So reach out to us individually so that we will able to suggest you with the options. And for January intake, as I said, is like colleges like Dublin Business School and National College of Ireland. These colleges are already been open and they've started accepting the applications. So maybe like if you're planning for January intake also, it's the right time. Start as early as possible, and so that you get enough of time for all your procedures and everything. So I think there is no more questions popping out. So we'll just wind it up.
Yeah, so Sandu sir is here just
So
to,
thank you
yeah.
so much, Santosh sir and Samyukta, for your time. And I
It's
hope
pleasure,
it
yes.
was an useful session for all the students who are planning for Ireland for this and the next intake. So
Yeah, I really hope.
we'll wind up with this good note.
Do you have anything to say, sir? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I also wish you all the prospective students. So appreciate all the enthusiastic participation. So many of you participated. Best
Exactly. Yeah.
wishes, and definitely you are going to have a very good experience. So initially, yes, definitely there will be a change in culture, the system, everything. So there is some learning that you will have to go through, but that is not complicated. Everything is easy, and welcoming people. They are good people. The Irish people also, they help. So all the best. I'm sure you're going to have a good future. And even if after reaching there, if you have any issues, reach.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. All the best. Bye. Thanks.